Bro, I gotta tell you, last night, 10, 10:15 p.m. 10:15 p.m. Usually go to bed around 11. Said, you know what? I'm kind of sick of getting my ass beat in Rumbleverse. I'll log on to Omega Strikers. Just give it a chance. I was having a fun time playing aggressive goalie Luna last night. I already posted this in the Discord. I swear to you, I won 4 or 5-0 shutouts in a row. And the people that we were playing when we were queued with Mouth and Sips, they had tactics, they had strategy, they had teamwork. The people that I was queuing up against, solo queue, like low silver, did not, like the goalie would not touch the puck. The shot would come right to the goalie and they would just let it in. I was like, how does this happen? I've never seen a game get you more riled up. Well, I gotta tell, I watched a clip like, I don't know, probably 6 times last night. That was the clip where I teleported, or I used my dash, knocked the ball against the wall, shot it with a missile, and then teleported back to base, and the goal went in. I was like, I'm insane. Not to mention, I mean, to be fair, there were a lot of goals where like I forgot to teleport back, and then the ball just went into our net without any resistance whatsoever. But still, that clip was, you're absolutely right, it was pog crazy. So the baby was sick 2 weeks ago. She was sick for like the whole week. She didn't go to daycare at all. Then she had her birthday party. And at her birthday party, she clearly like got something else. And I just told her, man, without saying it, I used like father-daughter telepathy. And I said, not this time. No. Get those T cells working. Get those white blood cells building antigens and or antibodies. Cause like we're not doing this again. We drove. She had a little bit of like crusty eye mucus. We drove around to like 7 pharmacies. By the way, I don't know if you know that the world is like fucked right now. There's everything's out. Medicine wise, I don't know if you're aware of this. Maybe it's just a Canadian thing. Maybe it's just a BC thing. Maybe it's just a West Coast thing. Go to a pharmacy. There's no medicine. What happened to the medicine? Walk into a London Drugs. It's empty shelves. There's no Tylenol. There's no polysporin. There's no like baby formula. It's what's going on. I missed when it was just toilet paper, man. Anyway, so we drove around like 7 pharmacies and finally found some eye infection polysporin. Of course, there were 5 left on the shelf. I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours trying to find it, so I bought out the damn stock. Sorry. I'm just joking. We only got 1. But I will also, so this is how, living in a city, my friends without kids who live in a city be like, I drove to 7 pharmacies to buy, to find the medicine I was looking for. The medicine cost me $5. I spent $22 in parking. Drive into a parking lot, get a ticket, go into the pharmacy. The shit I need is not in the pharmacy. Have to pay for parking in order to get the gate to go up so that I could drive out of the damn pharmacy. Anyway, I'm feeling good. And she ended up being fine. A city moment. Just Uber, then you don't need to pay parking? Damn, dude, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Did you see the tweet that was like from the fashion, like a fashion show? I don't know specifically which one. And it said, me high as hell leaving the Brooklyn warehouse party trying to figure out what the hell a 2012 Kia Sedona looks like. It was extremely good. I really almost don't understand what it means. I've never been part of the 24-hour party scene in New York City, but I kind of got the idea. You know, like years ago, you'd leave a party and you'd be like, your driver is about to be here. They're driving a 2013 Toyota Highlander, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't know what the hell that looks like. You're waving at random drivers. I know what every car looks like. I used to. Because in 1998 or 1999, my dad was trying to buy a sedan. And he had it narrowed down to a Ford Taurus or a Chevy Impala. So I know what a Ford Taurus of that era looks like. It looks like Wizcash from Pokemon. You know what? Let's see how much it looks like Whiscash from Pokemon. I'm just, check out this tweet, okay? 1998 Ford Taurus. And then find like a good angle of it. I'd like a more front-on angle. If you just give me a second, like a more a front-on angle. And then I'm going to tweet why this car looked like Whiscash. And let's just see how it pops off, okay? Let's just see it. By the way, this is what my dad ended up buying. It wasn't this color. It was candy apple red. It was a little sporty. It was a four-door Ford Taurus. And I remember they were like, do you want the station wagon? And he was like, are you crazy? I want this shit to look sporty. He didn't say shit. I was like 9. You think I want to ruin the sleek styling of a late 90s Ford Taurus by adding a wagon on the back of it? Absolutely not. By the way, while you're here, while you're looking at this Ford Taurus, Google 1998 Ford Taurus stereo. I want you to look at what the instrument panel looks like in a 1998 Ford Taurus. We were driving around with this shit in the 90s, feeling like this was completely normal. It's an oval with a bunch of chunky buttons. It's all set on diagonals. Everything's made out of plastic. It does look like a Winamp skin, man. It's crazy. It's got to be one of the ugliest dashes I've ever seen in my entire life. And, you know, my dad drove that for like 9 years. He drove it till the damn wheels fell off. I have to say, I'm sorry to say this, but r/Subway, by the way, I think has been ruined. I'm sorry to say. Because I went to it today. It's been overrun by 2 different demographics than was typical. One is Subway workers who are happy to have the job, which is like, I don't want, like, that's like too hail corporate for me. And then the other one is customers complaining about how expensive Subway has become, as if the people that go to r/Subway have like any control over the pricing at all. All I want to see is psychotic Subway orders. Is he ranting about Reddit? Not really. I was just having a conversation. We're going to take a little heat here. And you know what? That's okay. I welcome this kind of examination because people need to know whether or not their dome keeper is a crook. Well, I am not a crook. That's Richard Nixon playing dome keeper. If anybody's interested. Anybody interested? No? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Next, I want speed, and then I think we can send some resources back. +2. Let's go. +2. People love the we hate Richard Nixon. Hey, Richard Nixon, fuck you. Fuck you, dickhead. Piece of garbage. That being said, you ever think that maybe all of Richard Nixon's crimes were worth it? Because at the end of the day, we got the incredible film Frost Nixon out of it. Starring Michael Sheen and the inimitable Frank Langella as Richard. No, you don't. Me neither. I was just simply asking a hypothetical question. Here's the thing: I was not alive when Richard Nixon did all like the crimes or whatever, but I was alive when Frost Nixon came out. So I think you have to take the good with the bad, right? No? Okay, I'm being told no. Never mind then. The bad is the war on drugs. I thought that was Ronald Reagan. You don't want them to make a Ronald Reagan movie. He's gonna be made out to be like a damn hero. I promise you, the world's not ready for a Ronald Reagan movie yet. They put him in a damn Call of Duty. That was enough. They already made loads in the 60s. That's a +2. For those of you who don't know, before Ronald Reagan was president, he was a Hollywood actor, which is where he got all the experience that he needed for politics. Don't you mean JFK? JFK was not an actor. He was a soldier and also a Kennedy, which meant he didn't have to hold a real job like acting before he became the president. What about a Nancy Reagan movie? We can't watch that on Twitch, okay? I'm sorry. You can watch that on some other websites. I don't think you can watch it on Twitch, though. How was the Peloton ride today? Thank you for asking. It was a 372 kilojoule, 30-minute Dennis Morton rock ride. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Especially considering there wasn't a lot of time out of the saddle. was largely in the saddle speed pushes, which honestly is hard to build up. For me, I'm kind of an out of the saddle Andy when it comes to getting high output. So personally, I'm when I have a ride where like they want your cadence to be like in the 80s for most of it, I'm like I'm more of a 70 to 80 guy. That's my natural rhythm. Dennis Morton, your go-to instructor? No, as Kim Kardashian said, nobody wants to work these days. That includes Peloton instructors. It's not possible to have a go-to Peloton instructor because they only do like 2 rides per week each. So you gotta have a rotation. So I'm a Dennis, Emma, Cody, Sam sort of guy. The occasional Ben or Bradley. Hey NL, first time viewer came for the Peloton tag. It's called advertisement, sweetheart. A lot of streamers are like, oh, I gotta post on TikTok. I gotta post all my shit on TikTok. Nah, man, just throw some tags under your stream. Works every time. Works like a charm. The one trip. Is that video real, by the way? You're gonna know which one I'm talking about with zero context because the human brain is like that amazing. The one where the on the Japanese news, the meteorologist. Notice, by the way, how based I am. I did not call her a weather lady. It's a hard habit to break for somebody born in the 80s. But when she is showing the weather on her phone, and then she side swipes, and then a video pops up of somebody from One Piece going, "The One Piece is real." Is that real? That's fake. It's edited. This is why we can't have nice things. Is the mining slightly psychotic? Slightly. But only slightly. Begging NL to look at how other people play this game to figure out how to mine. If you want to see straight lines, get a ruler, okay? Begging Pablo Picasso to look at a photograph to figure out how to paint realistic faces. Begging Edvard Munch to look at the human face and realize that it can't go like, ah! It's art, idiot. Go back to DALL-E Mini, okay? If you want everything to be perfectly ordered, go work at McDonald's. You want to see some shit that'll blow your mind? Stick around. You might learn something. What a shot. What a shot, dude. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. That's Van Gogh, not Edvard Munch? Honest question, where'd you get your art degree? Because I think you might want to go back, you might want to take another art history class. You really think the dude that was, that made Starry Night was also making the Scream? Also, Eternal Sunshine is one of my favorite movies of all time, but it's not part of the Jim Carrey oeuvre, in my opinion. He's just in the movie. That's not a Jim Carrey film. At no point does he go, "You erase my memory." Okay, fine. I guess. Like, he never does that. So that's why it's not a Jim Carrey movie, in my opinion. It's the same reason Uncut Gems is not technically an Adam Sandler movie. Because at no point does he go, "My bad, I'm gonna pee-pee in my poo-poo pants." He's actually doing like a real acting thing. So I don't consider it an Adam Sandler movie. Dude, I was laughing. I was talking to my mom yesterday. I don't want to brag. She told me that my grandma won $10,000 at bingo. Okay? But check this out. She wasn't in... My grandma lives in Kingston. She wasn't in Kingston when she won. She was in Belleville, and she got a little nervous. Belleville is like 40 minutes away from Kingston. She got nervous because she said people in Belleville don't like when out-of-towners win the jackpot in bingo. It got me laughing so hard. I was like, it's the same area code. Why? Really? People in Belleville are like, you're not from around here. You dial the same 3 digits to start your phone number. Like, it's not... You're closer than you are far apart. Also, Belleville, like, no offense, but relax a little bit. Like, your claim to fame right now is that you had, like, the last jumbo video in Canada. Don't get a big head. I did a couple work terms in Belleville. It's an odd town. I've never spent serious time in Belleville, But I have been to the Quinty Mall a few times and the sweet mini golf that's outside of it. Ever been to Aurelia? I've never been to Aurelia. But Aurelia, I'm aware of it because of the, do you know the 401 mnemonic? It's not really a mnemonic, but the memory trick from Kingston at least. Why would I assume that you know this? There's no way you know this. Because it's a Kingston thing from like probably the 60s. If you're on the 401, if you want to go to Aurelia, you go east. It's east to Aurelia. What you don't want to do is get on the wrong direction on the 401 and drive for 2 hours and be like, oh shit, I was trying to go to Toronto and this sign says like Petawawa's 4 hours away. You know what I know it? Noted? You know what I'm talking about? No? Okay. That's the mnemonic? The mnemonic is east to Aurelia, okay? Again, it's not a mnemonic. What's west? I don't know. Toronto, I guess. West to Mississauga? Somebody asked? Yeah, I've been to Mississauga. You think I haven't been to Oshawa? The dirty schwa? I need to know why you dislike Forrest Gump. It's too saccharine for me. It's like, it's so inauthentic. That's why I don't like Forrest. I mean, I could do some time on why I don't like Forrest Gump. I just think it's like look, I don't think that Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" is a bad song, but I do think it's like one of the easiest ways and the cheapest ways to write like an important piece of art is to be like, remember when this happened and then this happened and another thing and Marilyn Monroe. You remember this event? Well, Tom Hanks is there. I guess you didn't see him. Like it's, I think it's just, you're relying on firmware in people's brains to do all of the heavy lifting that normally like the art part of the media is supposed to do. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. It's like Ready Player One, but for like the news, essentially. It's ready. You know what? You should patent that sentence. Forrest Gump is Ready Player One for people who watch the news. Forrest Gump is Ready Player One for people who watch CNN. Forrest Gump is Ready Player One for people who love CNN. There you go. There's your. We've workshopped it together. You take it, send it out into the world. I just tweeted it. My friends without kids be like, Forrest Gump is like Ready Player One for people who love CNN. So true. Does anybody else think that Forrest Gump is just Koyanis concept? You have to start it with, I don't want to go off on a rant here. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Forrest Gump is just Koyanis Katsi for people who love Creedence Clearwater Revival? I mean, come on. Dude, so I know, look, I know we talk too much about gambling, but I'm always, like, if the sports season has started again, okay, for hockey at least, and football, I guess. I thought that last season was like as bad as it could get. The ads were Wayne Gretzky walking through the MGM Grand going, you know, this is where the great one chooses to play. They got a new ad that's on it's on Sportsnet, and they're not even just advertising sports gambling. They're basically telling you, get it twisted, you will win a lot of money. It's a guy, he's wearing a placard, and the placard says, like, Katie won her 7-way parlay. They're not even saying, like, hey, you could bet on games. They're like, hey, do one of those psycho bets. I bet that Johnny Gaudreau is going to get 7+ shots on net, and Elvis Merliskins is going to have between an 890 and a 910 save percentage, and Seth Jones is going to block at least 4 shots, and it's crazy. Anyway, based? Well, like, I don't really care too much. I'm just surprised that, like, at how normalized it became so fast. I'm not even, like, necessarily anti-gambling, even though I don't get any fun out of it. I get more anxiety than anything else. But I'm like, the way that even like the government-run sports books are like, hey, just do a quick parlay. Wouldn't that be fun? Put $1 down, you could win like 11,000. All you need is 17 50-50s to shake out in the exact perfect way. I got to serve Wayne Gretzky at a country club once. The only story I've ever heard about Wayne Gretzky in like a service situation is the one that gets posted on Reddit like every day. That's like Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky were playing poker at a casino, and the waitress brought them drinks, and Michael Jordan gave her like a $1 tip, and then Wayne Gretzky grabbed one of Michael's $100 tips, or $100 chips, and said, "This is how we tip in Vegas, Michael," and dropped it on her serving tray. I don't know if it's true, and the rest is history. And then Albert Einstein said, "So true, so true. Yes, this is how we tip in Vegas, Michael." And everybody clapped. And then he did that, he stuck his tongue out. You know the one. Anyway. I've waited on Chris Chelios. I love hearing stories about celebrities in public. But sometimes they, like, listen, I'm not a celebrity. But sometimes there's a story that's like, I waited on this person and they were really nice. And then sometimes it's like, I waited on this person and they were an asshole. But then sometimes, and this is where I worry about the, catching a stray. They're like, I waited on this person and they were like, it seemed like they didn't want to talk. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably like me. It's not that I'm like, I don't want to speak to you. It's just like I don't want to really like speak to almost anybody in general. It's not personal. I worry that my attitude could be mistaken for coldness or rudeness when really it's just kind of non-committal, I suppose. You want to take a photo or something? That's great. I'll sign an autograph for you, even though it's not worth anything. Maybe it's sentimentally worth something to you. Can I kiss you on the top of your head? Nope. Definitely not. Sanest chatter spotted. You absolutely cannot kiss me on the top of the head. Why not? I don't know where your mouth has been. No, I would really like, and again, I haven't had any like super weird fan interactions in public, but I would rather you didn't introduce yourself with an inside joke. I would rather you just say like, hey, are you northernlion? I watch your streams on Twitch. And I'll be like, oh, cool, nice to meet you. You run the risk if you, like, because I'm in like normie mode when I'm in public. If you're like, hey, the One Piece is real. I would be like, are they talking about me? Or like, what's going on here? I'm like with my kid right now. Like, yeah, cut it out. I'm with my kid right now. I'm having lunch with my dad. I don't want to have to explain the context of the One Piece is real. It's a long conversation. Your lift has been empty for 3 cycles. Oh, no kidding. Are you trying to tell me that one of the best things you can do in Dome Keeper is get resources? Holy cow. This is huge if true. Well, I look forward to putting this new strategy to work. Very novel. You got any tips for how to find more resources? You ever take a picture of yourself with your tongue sticking out after you got a Nobel Prize for inventing the theory of relativity? You ever hand someone a crisp $100 bill because you're Albert Einstein? I'm a fool, by the way. I didn't use my repellent this time. I'm obsessed with slightly toxic NL. It's not toxic. I'm obsessed with the fact that people are like... People will say like condescending shit to you if you respond in kind. You're the toxic one. It doesn't make any damn sense. I'm trying to normalize the idea that when people treat you with disrespect, you should disrespect them back. They can't be too offended. They're still here. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Okay, then stop poking people in the damn eye. Then I'll stop poking you in the eye. Here's the thing, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, but if you poke my ass in the eye, I'm poking your ass in the eye. Otherwise, the whole world's got 2 eyes except for me, and I only have 1 eye. So your eye's getting poked so that you stop poking other people's eyes. If you don't want the whole world to go blind, don't offer the first poke then. My ass is already like blind enough with 2 eyes. It's true. It's damn true. You know what's crazy about like having a kid? I don't know if she can see well. My wife has incredible vision. I have horrible vision. Like, it's not just that, she's not, no offense to her, she's not the best communicator because she's still only like 2 years old. But like, she doesn't even know what the world's like supposed to look like, right? Like, there's no way you could know that until you start to have conversations with other people. So she doesn't, how would she know if her eyes are bad? I knew my eyes were bad because I was watching the Super Bowl with my parents one year on our little 19-inch TV. And I was like, what's the score? And they were like, you can't see what the score is? And I was like, no, it's too far away. And they're like, really? We need to take you to the eye doctor. I was fucking 10. I was 10 years old. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. I was 10 too? Yeah, like I lived a third of my life like blind without even knowing it, man. It's crazy. I mean, she's not driving yet, so it's not that big of a deal, but you know, when she goes to school, sure. But then again, the other thing is like, once you accept your eyes are bad, that's when they start getting worse. Because as soon as you wear glasses, your eyes are like, well, looks like my work here is done. And they just start getting worse. It's a lift, not a drop. You know what? Good point. That's a good point. True. You know what? True. True. That's pretty true. You know what? Yeah, that's pretty true. Didn't think about it that way. They do call an elevator a lift in England, which is crazy. I guess you just take the stairs down. You hearing that? It's not just me, right? Ooh, some water. Reminds me of my favorite joke. What's Bruce Lee's favorite beverage? Give you a second to think about it. The answer is McDonald's Sprite. McDonald's Sprite. Wata? No, that's, you got it confused. That's the sound he makes when he does a martial arts move. It's McDonald's Sprite. He said it just hits different. Are you and your daughter going to see the Mario movie? It's a good question. I don't know if she's part of the target audience. Isn't the target audience for the Mario movie like mid-30s Twitch viewers? Yes, it's 30-year-old men. Oh, Squeaks is here. Hello, Squeaks. It's just for me. Well, you're not even going to watch the movie, right, though? You're going to just watch one of those, like, YouTube videos that's, like, 6 minutes long. That's, like, here's... For people who don't have time to watch movies, here's what... You can pretend in conversation like you saw the movie. Squeaks, I want to tell you that, like, every day... This is not a joke, though I wish it was. Every day, I think about that clip that you watched from The Big Bang Theory, where Leonard's date comes over to Sheldon's apartment building, and Penny says, isn't she a big-time physicist? And Sheldon says, oh, please, the only way she could have a contribution to the world of science is if they started sending chimps back into space. I actually think it's one of the best jokes in TV history on one of the worst shows. Other competitors, other contenders, I should say, don't talk to your mother like that. Why? You talk to her like that? She's not my mother! That's a classic from Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't know if you guys were not part of the Raymond Assance way back in the early 2000s. I mean, you missed out on some golden age comedy, okay? That's your Jerry voice? It's all the same voice, really. All right, it's ass here? I forgot. How humorous. How droll, Penny. The only way she could have a contribution to the scientific community is if they start sending chimps back into space. For one, I don't joke regularly. For two, when I do, you'll be able to tell by my telltale use of the word bazinga. You can keck L. It's okay. Squeaks doesn't go live for a couple hours. It's like a keck L waiting room. Wait, keck L's not active anymore? Every emote I activate is... Oh no, I only have keck wait. That's right. Sorry, I'm way behind the times. What media are you excited to share with your daughter? This isn't an answer to your question, but I was just thinking about it yesterday. How, like, my friends without kids be like, it must be so annoying to watch, like, the same Disney movies over and over again. Honest, from a father of one, it's actually not annoying at all. Because just your child, like, being entertained by anything is good enough. Because that lightens the load on you a little bit. So it's not like, yeah, you're like, have I seen Frozen like more times than like any human should? Yeah, but that's probably true like even before we had a kid, to be honest with you. I would much rather, and like we're saying all things being equal here, like we're ignoring, you know, like obviously you should be engaging in like intellectually stimulating activities whenever possible and not just putting them in front of the iPad. But trust me when I say I would rather like watch Frozen with my kid than like just do a coloring book and hope that she's not like, make sure she's not coloring on the walls or like the furniture or anything like that. Like, I would much rather she just enjoy watching a movie. I also get like, I think people are so judgmental about like entertainment. I don't think your kid watching a movie is that bad. You know, a movie has a story. It teaches you, I'm not to say it's like it's intellectually stimulating necessarily, but it's oh, the tree. We'll get the tree on the way back. No copium, we'll get it. It teaches you to like pay attention to storytelling. There's character development. There's, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. It's better than just like, I mean, it's better than watching Twitch, to be honest. So like, it's the same thing, like people are so like anti-iPad. I understand the meme of like you know, like iPad kids and stuff like that. But like, your kid could be doing intellectually stimulating stuff on the iPad, or they could just be staring at like the paint on the walls. And some people would be like, well, at least they're not having screen time. Yeah, they're not doing anything. Our kid's only 14 weeks old, and he watches the fish tank like an iPad sometimes. It's not, people, Facebook moms be like, at least it's not screen time. Let your kids stare at the sun. At least it's not a TV. What is? I know I say this all the time, but people, this is a reused bit, so some people in chat are going to be offended by that. But people are like, you know, if I had a kid, I would just raise them perfectly. And I'm like, you can't even raise yourself perfectly, dumbass. Look at you. Your life's a damn mess. You're going to be like, you know what? If I had a kid, I would simply do better with myself than I'm doing right now, and then also handle another fully grown humans, like, or not fully grown, sorry, obviously, but handle another human's concerns as well. It's the same shit when people go like, oh, if I got bald, I would just get jacked. Okay, why don't you fucking start right now, idiot? People are always like, oh yeah, you know, my life's like not that hard right now, but if it got harder, I would simply like rise to the occasion. I would simply achieve better results in a worse climate. Like, are you listening to yourself? Are you playing as the bad guys from Avatar in this? Hot take, bad guys in Avatar are the Na'vi because they're trying to slow down human progress. And we're the good guys because I am them. True, true. I've never seen Avatar, by the way, but I hope the U.S. Space Force gave those blue fuckers everything they got. Have you seen Pocahontas? Nope. But I have heard Colors of the Wind. I think it's kind of a slapper. Have you seen Fern Gully? Yeah, when I was like 2. It was a long time ago. Dances with Wolves? Nope. So what you're saying is I should see Avatar. Because all the movies that people are like, oh, it's just, you know, I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody think that Avatar is just Dances with Wolves for the Facebook generation? It sounds like my ass needs to see Avatar, because it's like watching 6 movies in one. Have you seen Pineapple Express? It's basically the same movie. You know what? I have seen Pineapple Express, just for the record. Remember the hit YouTube video, Pen, Pineapple, Apple Pen? Yes, I reference it, I would say, approximately once per week. I love it. It's great because like I was too old for Pen Pineapple and Pen Pineapple Apple Pen when it came out, but like you guys referenced it. And then you said, okay, Boomer, it's actually really hilarious. You wouldn't understand because you're too old. Now you're old enough to have regrets, and you're like, yeah, that shit was not actually funny. That's my time to strike. Hey, remember when you guys are all about they did surgery on a grape? Me streaming in 2014. They did surgery on a grape, Bad Chest. They did surgery on a grape, Kappa. Me when you're 27. Hey. They did surgery on a grape. They did surgery on a grape? Hey? Fuck you. Give me some laser speed. Fam, I'm only 24. What do you mean only? That shit is like, that's old. Best movie, worst song? I would say maybe Spiderman 2 and Dashboard Confessionals Vindicated. Hope dangles on a string like slow spinning redemption. Mary Jane Watson, Uncle Ben, and Auntie May. My friends without kids be like, hey, have you seen Dahmer yet? Plus, dude, that's like, sometimes The simplest commentary is the best commentary. I did, because I go to r/shit mom groups say sometimes. I saw a post that was like, hey, can we tell this lady that she's lost her mind? And it was a lady on Facebook who was like, hey, my 10-year-old's into some really like spooky stuff. Would it be tasteless to let her dress as Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween? Yes! Obviously! How does your 10-year-old know who Jeffrey Dahmer is for the first part? Secondly, yes, obviously, turning like a serial killer into an entertainment property to that extent, like they're a Marvel character, is probably a little bit tasteless. He killed like, 12 dudes or something. She also compared him to Leatherface. Yes, I forgot about that part. In the post, she did also say some parents let their kids go as Leatherface for Halloween, and he was way worse. And you're like, hey, idiot, Leatherface is not a real person. Leatherface was literally made up for a movie. You're not smart enough to have kids. It's really like judgmental, but I completely mean it. I'm not apologizing for saying it. I'm apologizing for believing it. Like that should be on like a parenting quiz. That would be like, is it okay to let your kid go as Freddy Krueger for Halloween? Yes. Freddy Krueger is not a real person. He's real in my dreams. You think Freddy Krueger did that shit? Yes. Come on, that could have been anybody with like a melted face and claws for hands or whatever. You can't prove that shit. I went as the Unabomber for Halloween one year. Look, maybe slightly controversial. Not very controversial, slightly controversial. That's not as bad as going as Jeffrey Dahmer. He didn't like eat people. It's still pretty bad. That's about as far as I'm willing to go on that one. I didn't say Unabomber is not that bad. I said if you had to choose between a Halloween costume of Jeffrey Dahmer or a Halloween costume of the Unabomber is not a tasteful costume, but a more tasteful costume than Jeffrey Dahmer. And I stand by that. Who gives a shit what people dress up as? Well, if you're talking about, like, who gives a shit what Disney character they dress up as, but I don't know, like, if a kid came to my house dressed as Jeffrey Dahmer, and I was like, who are you? And they're like, I'm Dahmer, boomer. I would be like, I mean, I would still give them the candy, but I would probably call, like, Child Protective Services on the parents after they left. I'm not doing anything. Child Protective Services can figure out how they want to handle this situation. I'm just saying, hey, maybe you want to take a look at this. Remember the Staples Easy button? That was easy. I have one of those buttons, except it says nut every time you hit it. How droll. Oh, please, Niles, your taste is about as contemporary as a Staples Easy button in 2022. How droll, Fraser. Last time I've been eviscerated like that, it was when I spoke to Maris's attorney. Oh, please. The only way she could make a contribution to the scientific community is if they start sending chimps back into space. Why did they never do a Big Bang Theory Frasier crossover episode? The two shows, the most intellectual comedies on TV. Frasier would have eaten them alive? I mean, you're absolutely right. Frasier would have been like, Sheldon, tell me, how do you feel about small government? Sheldon would have been like, from each according to their means, to each according to their needs. Frasier would have been, my God, man! Last time I heard something that nutty was when they suggested I have white wine with my filet mignon. Sheldon would be a libertarian. I think Sheldon would be one of those guys who is like, says they're apolitical, but is actually apolitical, which is very rare. Most people, when they say they're apolitical, it's just like, I don't want to talk about my politics. I think Sheldon would be like, I think Sheldon Cooper does not know how to vote. And I think that's okay. Because I would rather he didn't. I think Sheldon Cooper would be like, the consequences of the Industrial Revolution have been a disaster for Western society. My sister made that TikTok pasta. Do you want some? What is TikTok pasta? What is TikTok pasta? It's pasta cooked in NyQuil? Well, you gotta do something with all that NyQuil you bought now that you can't use it for chicken. Thoughts on the Community movie? I'm not your guy for that one. I haven't really seen the show too much. I think the only time I watched Community, I watched a little bit in like season 1. I'm aware of La Araña Discoteca, and I watched a little bit on like an airplane. Always struck me as like as a fun show. I never really got that into it. Also, I hate to say this because I think that this is very superficial and it's not fair. I think I just have like a problem with Joel McHale. And I don't think it's related. It's like because every single one of his characters is like so smug and he's a handsome guy. Something in like my animal brain is like, I don't like this guy. And I don't think that's fair. He might be like a super nice guy in real life. You don't trust the hair plugs? He's a traitor? Wait a minute. He's got hair plugs? You know what? This is what people say whenever someone gets canceled. I always got weird vibes from them. You know, I couldn't put my finger on it until I had some evidence. But I always just sort of got and people told me I was insane for judging a person without knowing anything about them. But it turns out I actually have ESP. I always knew there was something a little... Your silence on the new USB-C regulation is deafening? I assure you I have no fucking idea, as usual, what people are talking about. I still stand by the idea, though, that there was like a golden age for technology in the early 2010s, and then things have just gotten like worse for some reason. And I know the answer is probably capitalism, okay? I don't need you to type it in. Like, I bought a backup pair of wireless earbuds because I wanted to have one to wear while like on the peloton or doing the dishes or whatever. And like it came with I guess this is just one data point. It came with a USB charger that is literally about that long. Like I can't plug it into anything. And I was like, oh, that's USB charging is so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world. Like, I'll just find everything has 7 USB ports attached to it now. But then I plugged it into Kate's laptop, and it only charged to like 3%. So I plugged it into the USB port in our TV, and it only charged to like 10%. Then I plugged it into my computer, it charged to like 15%. So I'm Googling, how do I tell how much battery is in my blank, 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 because I don't want to put the company on blast. It doesn't tell you how much battery is left. You flip up the charger, and then it has an LED on it. And if the LED blinks 3 times, you're on high battery. If it blinks 2 times, you're on mid battery. And if it blinks 1 time, you're on low battery. So I popped this shit open this morning to get on the Peloton. Boop. It goes 1, it goes 2, it goes 3. I put that shit in my ear, push the power button, power on, battery low. So you just fucking lie? I mean, listen, I bought these earbuds at Best Buy because they were $39.99, which is like an insane price. It's so low. But at the same time, like, why are you making this shit bad? Can you make it good instead? Would that be so much to ask? By the way, we're probably dead, but let's see if we're not. Don't shoot, don't shoot. Don't fucking shoot! No! Holy cow, man. 57! I'm telling you, the lift is ass. What do you mean it's my new personal best? I had a 300. What happened to my 300? There's a long time left. I don't know, you scare me. Why are you running like a bot?
Here come the crates. The competitors must be thanking the refs right. That's the kind of move
Because you are a bot. Okay.
But this is the
I gotta say that hurts. Getting killed, double killed essentially, because me and the guy I was fighting both got killed by a single 1800 damage elbow drop. I'm just gonna say it. Fair enough to the person who did it. You got me. That shit is not fun. It was fun for them. Yeah, but we don't want... This isn't Dungeons and Dragons. We don't want to make games that are only fun for one person, okay? Then the person is the DM. Average post on r/Dungeons and Dragons. I've been a lifetime DM. I spent 500 hours building doing the world building for this campaign. In spite of that, it takes place in pretty much a Tolkien-esque fantasy world, but check this out. There's snakes as well. But I keep offering the players the opportunity to go on side quests, but they just keep, like, having fun. Is there anything I can do in order to force them to interact with my lore?
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm getting a lot of +2s. I made all that shit up. I don't know if that's actually the posts on r/Dungeons and Dragons. I was speaking from a place of ignorance, and you bought it. Which honestly says something about your preconceived notions.
6, 5, 4,
It looks very cute. It looks very cute.
1.
Every time, this is what being married is like. Every time you see your wife, it's an audition. You have to always be on. It looks very nice.
The Fighters have touched down, and Capital City
She
is
said
about
thank you.
to explode.
It was a obligatory thank you. That was not there was no thanks that she felt. How many plates you got? Look, I was looking around. There's a Subway napkin. There is a cardboard container that previously housed some food that I ate as of yesterday. There's a water bottle, but I'm using the water bottle, of course. It's okay. The takeout container's okay, because it wasn't a saucy food. My problem is I don't want to recycle it because this shit is annoying. You gotta break all the damn seams, then you gotta drop that shit in the damn IKEA garbage receptacle. They should never have invented recycling. You can just kill my ass, that's fine. I mean, I came over to attack you, it's fair. No, I do recycle, I just fucking stall on it, because it's annoying. I gotta be in the right mood. Take this out? Just kidding. That's what we bait. That's called a bait. Drink it up real quick. I drink it up.
I learned the hard way you have to hand wash wool.
Weapon master, just what I needed. I guess I should take the weapon. I didn't die. And that's more than we could say about you. Uh-oh. Can I get chat to watch the kill feed, please? We're looking for Kitty Joy 98 being disqualified. Doesn't appear so. It's okay. They appear to have lived, but they suffered. They suffered in the process. Get it. Get his ass. Get his ass. I'm not mess with you. You're doing great work here. I just said I'm not gonna mess with your ass. Ooh, okay. What did I tell you? I said I wasn't gonna mess with your ass. It's not a lot of damage, but at least I lived through the disaster there. No, fuck you, leave me alone. You should have left my ass alone. Okay, that's not smart. Hey, McFly, those things don't work on miss. I call sus on that. I'm calling sus. My ass is definitely dead. Alright, fair enough. He even laughed at me after he killed me. We finished 16th. Don't hit me with the Ryan ... I had him in like a sick combo.
And the ring is on the move.
I just had half HP. Please. Okay, I'm in. They were going off back here. Killer instinct. Land on the trampoline. You're not dead, huh?
Loses sometime. Good match.
25th. How did he just die? I was elbow dropped from the top of the building. Just by a random third party who took zero risk themselves. I do the same thing for the record. But it's very unsatisfying. Was that the last straw for this game? I know I've said this a few times. We are getting close. It may surprise you. I have the capabilities of quitting a game when it stays shit for long enough. I've done it in Dota. I cut League ASAP. I was like, this is really fun. Then I lost like 3 games, and somebody in the all chat was like a white nationalist, and I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm not playing this ever again in my life. The only reason we're clinging to Rumbleverse, like as long as we have, is because we hit gold early. We were playing Dome Keeper. We went tick, 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 and we had a mother load right next to the surf. But then the game is designed in such a way, the deeper you get into the mines, the harder the gold is to come by, even though you're working your ass off for it. They just, I mean, honestly, this is turning into me like with, it's like me has become, I can't speak. I was always like, why does Apollo get so salty when he plays PUBG? It was easier for me to stay unsalted because of the fact that I was never good at the game. So when I lost, even if it was something that, like, to a skilled player might look a little cheap, they'd be like, oh, don't worry, the Vector's overpowered. I'm like, dude, I get killed by the damn shotguns. So I stayed unsalted because I had no expectations. In this, I'm like, I have expectations, and that has turned me into the salt. He finally gets the toxicity pipeline. Yeah, the I'm having fun pipeline to, like, I have expectations to I'm mad. I can't fight you. I don't know if it's latency. I don't know if it's boomer reactions. Your ass cannot be hit. You're a ghost. Please. Run. There's no punish windows? The game used to have punish windows? Everybody's incredible. Your elo never decays. It's disastrous. Holy cow, I did not get supered. I don't believe it. And then I lived. Oh my god. Good throw, good throw. Don't do it again. Basic choke slam? That's not your guy. That was, you know what? That was just an unfortunate engagement. You can't expect to win them all. Every time we found a bot, we tried to fight them. We got third-partied. We killed someone who stayed on our ass. That was fun. That was better. Didn't die to an elbow drop for the first time in forever. I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel bad because I feel like Rumbleverse is dying. The thing is, everyone says, like, get good, get good, get good. Then when all the people who are like, no, leave the game, and it's only people who want to get good, even the people who get good are like, I'm not playing this shit anymore. Because the pogs are hard to come by. It's what happens with all fighting games. Well, that's why I understand the dopamine lie that fighting game players play. Because I'm also like, I'm basically begging Rumbleverse, like Iron Galaxy, to just, is there any way you could just add Peppa Pig into the game? Could you just get new players? Could you artificially add new players into the game? Not bots, but like maybe little kids? Or like dads with like full-time jobs and stuff? People landing a hit on you doesn't mean they're better. It means you need to be better. Are you hearing the shit that you're saying right now? That's a lot of words when you could just say, I agree, instead. Hey, there's my first kill. It doesn't mean they're better. It just means you have to be better. What are you talking about? It's like, how'd you learn the language without learning the meaning of any of the words? It's almost, it's a feat in and of itself. We got Tony Robbins in the chat. No yellow juice. Everybody that kills me is like 5 and 5. And probably 5'5" for that matter. That was just poor timing. Okay? It doesn't, see, it doesn't mean they're better. It just means we have to be better. What the hell, why are the short kings catching strays? I'd like to apologize to the short kings. I'm letting my toxicity get the better of me. He should have punished me on that move. I feel bad for him. That's a good move. I thought for sure an elbow drop was coming. I've been primed to expect the elbow drops this week.
Superstar, I'm ready for this.
You know what? I just don't feel like bouncing around with you here.
Oh, wait, it can.
Okay, I've decided I'm going to come back and bounce around with you. It's a mindset thing. You know, when you're winning and things go wrong, you're like, oh well, it's still fun. When you're driving through downtown Dallas begging for a scrap of dopamine, people, you got to understand. Everything that even appears to throw something in your way is 10 times worse. Because you're like, yeah, oh, of course now I've got to turn right. Yeah, oh, no, it couldn't be easy. You couldn't just drive straight. Now I got to turn my car to the right. I have to use my steering wheel to turn my car. Okay, sure. Yeah, why didn't we just build the road so that whatever destination I was going to was right in front of me at all times? No, that would have been too smart. Sure, let's make roads that have turns. That makes a lot of... Yes, I'm going up for an elbow drop. Precisely. Come on, I want you to climb me. Oh, of course, let's make wall sconces when we can't program a way to jump over, to get over the wall sconces. Hey, boss, we can't figure out how to get people to get over the wall sconces. What should we do? Well, we can't simply remove the wall. See what I mean? Like... Explain it. Dave Lang, make it make sense. How did I get elbow dropped on the top of the in the ceiling? I'm about to go into the Twitter DMs. I'm going to send a DM to Iron Galaxy. Excuse me. Could you, excuse me, Tim Sweeney? Tim Sweeney, could you please give Iron Galaxy a loan of $1 billion so that they can add Goku to the game, so that some ass motherfuckers will start playing it. And then can you give me a new account, please? I desire a new account. Can you add Zendaya to the game? Please, I'm begging you. Can you add Michi to the game? Can you add mobile support? Oh man, that would hit the spot. Some mobile support would really hit the spot. Play with Sips so you can D-rank. There's no D-ranking. First off, insulting. Secondly, there's no D-ranking. I don't know how many times we have to say it. There's no D-ranking. I'm a bot. Just kidding. I'm your worst nightmare. Alexander looked out on the world and despaired, for there were no more worlds to become the destroyer of death in. We should stall on him. Takes a bit. Ooh, tough luck, Joe. Tough luck! Lemonberry Gaming. We got them earlier. I remember that. I'll take my 278 damage. Thank you very much. I'm going to get you. Just kidding. I just wanted to see you jump. Saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. You saved me. It's time. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. The charge slaps. The charge slaps. They're so good. They're so good. It's a better game, though. We even got 2 eliminations. It's like the most kills I've had in a while. Hey NL, the more yellow juice you have, the more stamina damage you do. Consider slurping those yellow juices. Me, after having 2 yellow juices, hey NL, just so you know, the competitive meta is 2 reds and 8 greens. Me taking 2 reds and 8 greens. Just so you know, it can be really beneficial for you to have some yellow juice added into the mixture. It can really help with your stamina. Me going 1 red, 8 greens, 1 yellow. Just so you know, most competitive players prefer to have a few more reds. Like if you could maybe do a 5 and a 5, me going 5 and 5. Of course you got your stamina broken all the time. You didn't have any yellow juices. Me slurping the yellow juices. Why are you slurping the yellow juices? You need to save them for burn. It never ends, man. You know you can right click to block. Listen, motherfucker, you think I'm going to scroll up and you think I won't scroll up and find you. You think I won't scroll up and you think I won't scroll up and find you. Okay, we waited 90 seconds to get 13 gamers, including, listen, motherfucker, you won the last game. Why are we in the same lobby? You're obviously better than me. What are you doing in the same lobby? Get out of here. We're not on the same level. You're better than me. Get out of here. Why am I still... You winning a game doesn't even graduate you? Please, I'm just begging you. Look, you're coming into a stream where I'm pre-tilted, okay? This is not gonna make anyone happy. Could we shut the fuck about... shut the fuck, you little dick. Goes back to sucking your mommy's titties. Your dog is as ugly as you are. Jonathan Marshall. So, no, can we shut the fuck up about the vibrating anal beads? It had its moment in the sun, right? It had like a couple... weeks where it was like a +2. I get it. We're over it now. Not everything needs to be somehow tied back into the vibrating anal beads. Okay, so long. The meme's gone for now. We're waiting for more information. We need to come up with more original jokes. We need to throw more coal into the fire. It's like watching Michael Jordan play. Oh, thank you so much for the Washington Wizards. Get back here. You're not an intellectual. Hear me out. This is how I get my perk.
What?
Please. Oh!
You gotta settle that for your social media. Everyone, this contestant's about to go wild.
What the hell was that? Just a little taunt? No! Should turn me into Goofy, man.
Hey, you like contestants getting wild? If not, settle.
Why would I not just super his ass? That's deserved. That one's deserved. Please tell me you got 0. Maybe you got 0 reds? No. He only had like 2, but still. That one hurt. We could have stayed in there, but still the 7. There was 7. I thought we were top 5, but I'll take my 10 to 6 on that one. Sorry, we can't get another lobby because we have to wait for this lobby to finish to get the players to drop into my next lobby. We need the 7 people from this game to finish so they can be the top 7 in the next lobby as well. Including the winner. No, not including the winner. Especially the winner. Bot, stay out of this. Bot! Your ass does not need to be involved right now.
I can't get enough of this kind of action.
Here comes the cyclone. Here comes the bot.
Get up a notch.
Explain yourself. Just super the bot, please. Just super the bot.
And I hear they've also got It's not every day you see a fight like that.
It was just the bot. I got third party by a bot. It was the bot from hell. It's just driving me crazy. They knocked down the bot. They punched the bot. The bot falls down. I go after the person who knocked the bot down. The bot gets up and is like, yeah, him with the buckler on his back. Elon Musk personally programmed it. Things going well today. I'm calling. I mean, we have 19 minutes left. If we don't win Rumbleverse in the next 19 minutes, I'm not playing it for the rest of the week. And if I'm not playing it for the rest of the week, we may never go back. I'm issuing the ultimatum right now. I'm not saying like, oh, you have to make me win right now. I'm just saying like, you know, it's all fun and games until we actually have like an action item. So Iron Galaxy, you got 19 minutes to sort this shit out, okay? Because this shit is making for bad streams, and it has been for a bit. I've just been hoping that, you know, like when you're going through hell, keep going. This shit is more miserable than the stock market. It's down like 27% year to date. Every day I wake up, I look at Google Finance, and I'm like, who cares? I got a long time horizon. I log on to play video games, and I'm like, this shit is miserable. I got a lower video game risk tolerance than a real risk tolerance. I'll do you one better. We don't win 19 minutes in the next 19 minutes. We uninstall.
6, 5, 4.
I'm putting it all on the line. It's been a fun ride. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, I think it's like a drug addiction. I'm enabling myself to not quit Rumbleverse if I leave it installed. If I'm not gonna play it, why is it installed in the first place? Or we could win. There is that. I did the same thing with Omega Strikers. I mean, Omega is fun. Omega Strikers, you know, no disrespect or whatever, it wishes it was Rumbleverse, but I just like the juice. Excuse me, I was kicking your ass. Can I have some juice? I just want to grab this juice. I deserve it. You know what? Deserved. You could have run away. I gave you many opportunities to run away. Listen, you fucking sicko. Good one, good one. You feel smart? You feel smart now? Could have run away, but you couldn't just let... You can't have shit in Capital City. I fire your ass off for a damn juice. You said, I'm not letting you have a juice. Okay, well then I took your life instead. And then I drank the juice. You're gonna make that guy uninstall? Good. You should have abandoned the fight. You're on 0 HP, no super. You should have abandoned the fight. You gotta learn a thing or two about a thing or two. Just don't fuck with me for a second. Okay, that's fine. Kill his ass. Kill his ass. Go get it. Go kill his ass. You wanted to be involved. Don't just sit there with your damn shield up. Go kill his ass. I'm not sweating that. Okay, I don't want to be here. I want to be here. Again, your ass has got to leave. When that shit happens, your ass has got to leave. That was poor timing on my part. That was a great move on his part. I got to give you some credit. That's a deserved 459 damage. That one will drive you crazy. It'll keep you up at night. Thank you so much. Your scumbag behavior saved me. Get his ass. Tried to drop an Omega Punch on me. I want to pop super, please. That's good. I'm coming back, though. Joseph, be careful what you wish for, Joseph. Look, it's the damn Dawn of the Dead, man! Just get his ass. Don't fuck with me. Look, I set him up, you knock him down. Look at that. Dave Lang, do I seem like I should be in the same lobby as this person? They're fighting? They're not fighting? Put that shit away, Walter. What's the strat? Fantastic question. Haven't really thought that far ahead. Get his ass. Don't get his ass. I tried to punish. Well, of course, it had to be me and Joe. You dropped him! How does he still have super? He's slippery. Not on my watch. You don't get to heal on my watch. I got him. I used my sixth sense. Please. I need a bit of a miracle, but there's some nice stuff going on here. Oh, I thought I had your ass. Someone's about to get very hurt. Okay, this is it. Hello. I'll get up there one day. Hi. Are you Joe? What was that?
7.
Pop your super! That was an insane elbow drop. It was like instant speed. Please. Okay, we're pogging, we're chilling, we're pogging. I wanted to pick it up. Oh, the nut punch. The world's most obvious nut punch.
Looks like you don't want to get on their bad side, folks. 7. It's on now. 5, 4, 3,
It's alright.
2.
It's not alright. I got stuck in an empty space. You know what I want. Oh, incredible move. I'm in a lot of trouble if he hits me with that plank.
1.
Oh, no.
1.
No! 48 HP. One. How did that miss? How did that miss? How did it miss? Don't throw a perfect spiral chicken at me. Run.
2.
Heart rate monitor. I don't want to talk about it right now. He is teasing me. All right, I'm adhering to the rules that I placed out there, okay? We're holding Q. We're confirming. I'm going to the Epic Games Store. Epic Games launcher loaded up. It was a fun one. I'm glad you gotta quit. You know, gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You quit on a high. Take me to the library. It's gonna take me about 15 clicks to figure out how to uninstall a game. Guess we probably gotta close it first. I have to find. Why would you sort by alphabetical? Sort by recently played, of course. Uninstall. That's 6.47 gigabytes coming back onto the SSD. So long, my love. Uninstalling 100%. You just gotta know when it's the right time. And for Rumbleverse, the right time was actually a week ago. But you know what? The second best time is right now. While we're here, I mean, Rocket League, you can uninstall that. That's 23 gigabytes back. Monopoly Madness, you could probably uninstall that. That's a quick 4 gigabytes right back. Fortnite, not even installed. Oh, it is installed. There's 33 gigabytes right there. Trackmania, 1.63 gigabytes. He's on a damn rampage. There you go. I've got Fall Guys and Darkest Dungeon 2. That's it, man. Why Darkest Dungeon 2? I hadn't played it in so long. It was the Eye of Sauron could not cast itself upon it. Anyway, /marker Rumbleverse. It was a good stream. Let me see if my wife is ready to go. I don't need game suggestions, okay? You know what tomorrow we're gonna play Dome Keeper. We're probably gonna play Super Autopad sometime this week. We'll play Brotato. That's it. You use this opportunity. Hey, maybe run Fallout 4 back. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey, you ever consider playing 100 hours of Noida? You ever consider stopping living in 2019? Don't make me spray myself, okay? The cool down. We got Sporkle. We got Karen's Prison. We got everything. No, we will never play Fall Guys again because the YouTube videos get 200 likes. Fall Guys is now, the tree is withered and died. It's a waste of time.